Alright, Quest Kids, here's how you do Half-Life problems. Just follow the instructions on the screen. So the very first thing you do is you draw a t-table. You label time on one side, and on the other side you label the mass, how much is left, and it's usually going to be in grams. The time might change. It could be minutes, hours, years, thousands of years. It just depends on what isotope we're talking about, because they all decay at a different rate. So in the time column, you start with 0, and then you start going down, adding together the half-lives. So, for example, in this problem, they're telling you that cesium has a half-life of 30 years. So every 30 years, half of it is gone. And they're saying that it happens over a period of 90 years. So you go 0, 30, 60, 90. You're adding up all of those half-lives. And then on the starting side, you start with how much they've given you. So you started with 1 gram of cesium. And every half-life, so every click down of time, you're going to divide that by 2. So if you started with 1, after 30 years you've got half. After 60 years you divide that in half again. After 90 years you divide that in half again. So these are the rules. Half-lives get added up on the left, and then you divide the amount of material by 2 every step down on the right. So let's do a couple sample problems. So let's say I've got zinc 71. It has a half-life of 2.4 minutes. If you start with 100 grams, how much will be left after 7.2 minutes? So I start with my time, 0, 2.4, and then add again. 2.4 plus 2.4 is 4.8, plus another 2.4 is 7.2. Hey, that got me to my 7.2 minutes. So that's 1, 2, 3 half-lives have passed. And now I start with, how much did I start with? 100 grams. And after 1 half-life, half of that is gone, so I'm down to 50 grams. Then I'm down to 25 grams, which means that after 3 half-lives, 1, 2, 3, 7.2 minutes, I'm left with 12.5 grams. Let's do another example. Osmium-182 has a half-life of 21.5 hours. If you start with 10 grams, how much is left after 4 half-lives? So once again, I've got my time here. This time it's in hours. And then over here, I've got my mass in grams. And I start with time 0, and it says half-life is 21.5 hours. So I've got 21.5, 43, 64.5, and then 86. Those are my hours after 1, 2, 3, 4 half-lives. And then my mass, since I'm starting with 10 grams, first half-life cuts it in half, so now I'm down to 5, then 2.5, then 1.25, and then finally 0.625. So after that amount of time, all I have left is 0.625 grams of osmium-182.